A singing mountain. Have you ever heard a mountain sing? Not with words, but with a sound so deep and beautiful that it feels like the earth itself is breathing a song. This is the tale of such a mountain and of the little boy who found its voice. Long ago, in a quiet valley surrounded by tall peaks, there stood one mountain larger than the rest. The villagers called it the Silent Peak, for unlike the other mountains where birds sang and streams tumbled, this one never made a sound. Children whispered that the mountain was asleep, while elders warned that it had a forgotten sorrow. In the valley lived a boy named Kavi. He was curious, gentle, and loved to listen. He listened to the hum of bees, the rustle of leaves, even the sigh of the wind in the grass. But most of all, he longed to hear the silent peak's voice. One day, when the sun dipped low and painted the valley gold, Kavi climbed the mountain alone. The path was steep, with loose stones and sharp cliffs, but he climbed patiently. At the top, he found a hollow cave. Inside, the air was heavy and still, yet he thought he heard a faint sound like a heartbeat. "Mountain," Kavi whispered, "why do you not sing like the others?" To his surprise, a deep rumble filled the cave. "Long ago I sang to the valley," the mountain said. "My song was filled with joy, and the streams danced with it. But people quarreled, took more than they needed, and hurt the land. My song grew heavy with sadness until I fell silent. A voice without kindness is only noise." Kavi sat quietly thinking. Then he asked, "Can you sing again?" The mountain sighed. "Only if the people remember harmony, only if they care for one another as they once did. Then my song will return." Kavi climbed down, carrying the mountain's words in his heart. He began small. He shared food with neighbors, helped elders mend roofs, and told children stories by the fire. Each good deed seemed to awaken something in the air. Birds sang brighter, streams sparkled clearer, and the silent peak hummed faintly in the evenings. The villagers noticed. "Why does the mountain stir?" they asked. Kavi told them its secret. The mountain waits for harmony. When we care for each other and live with kindness, it will sing again. At first, some laughed. "How can our small deeds wake a mountain?" But others listened. They began to share tools instead of arguing, to give instead of hoarding, to greet one another with warmth. Slowly, the village changed. One spring morning, as dawn painted the sky pink, the mountain released its first true note in many years. The sound was deep and golden, rolling down the valley like a river of music. Streams bubbled happily, trees swayed as if dancing, and birds joined in. The whole valley seemed to glow. The villagers wept with joy. They had not realized how much they missed the mountain's voice until it returned. From then on, they lived carefully, treating one another with respect, knowing that their harmony kept the mountain song alive. As for Kavi, he grew up listening not just to the mountain, but to every sound of life with gratitude. He never forgot the lesson that harmony begins with one person choosing kindness and spreads like music through all hearts. Children, remember this. Kindness is the music of the world. When we live with care and harmony, even the silent mountains find their song again.